Haynes.
All right, guys, we're here at North Scott right now, and as we continue to talk more about weather and talking about how math and weather relates together, and of course, we want to update you on your forecast first. So I want to dive into those details, and then we'll come back and talk with some of the students here. But let's take a look at what's going on currently on the radar, and you'll be able to see that right now we're not looking too bad out there. We had some sunshine for most of the day, and that's going to continue across the region. So that will be pretty good across the area. Now, as we take a look at what's going on here on the current setup here on the regional map, you'll be able to see we've got high pressure in charge right now. That's giving us lots of sunshine. And that sunshine will be with us through the rest of this afternoon. So the rest of today, we're going to be looking at some pretty fall-like weather sticking around across the region. But as we take a look here at what we're concerned about is the potential of some heavy rainfall and flooding. So here's your flood outlook, and you'll be able to see right now that that is in the elevated position there. And that's something that we're going to have to keep a close eye on as we're looking at that potential of heavy rainfall that could build into the area, especially Friday and the Friday night. And it could come in a couple of waves, and that could lead to, again, some issues with water rising up on some of the local creeks and streams, and also that potential of some flash flooding. So here's a look at exact track, and you'll be able to see as we go throughout today, we're looking fine. No problems expected for us this afternoon. But notice between tonight and into your Friday morning, we're going to be looking at those clouds thickening up and rain moving in as we get into your Friday morning. And that rain will be off and on throughout your Friday. And you'll see as we get into your Friday evening, we're still talking about that potential of heavy rainfall out there. So that's why several of those high school football games have been moved back to tonight, because of the potential of that rainfall moving into the area. And the weekend really is going to be unsettled. It's not going to rain the complete weekend. I think there will be plenty of dry hours on Saturday especially, but off and on showers will be close to the area throughout your Saturday and heading into your Sunday. Notice we're still looking at more rainfall chances across the region here, and that will continue as we go into your Sunday. So here's a look at the rainfall potential that you can expect across the area. We're talking about 1 to 3 inches of rainfall out there, and that's through the entire weekend. But as you can see, some of that falls, or a good bit of that falls on your Friday and the Friday night, which is why there could be a potential of some flash flooding, because that's a large amount of rain in a short period of time, and it has nowhere to go, so it just runs off. But once it can't run off anywhere anymore, it just builds up and creates that flooding. So that's what we're going to be concerned about. And as we take a look here at your rainfall trends, you'll be able to see Friday we're looking at an 80% chance of rainfall moving in across the area. We'll drop that down to about a 30% chance on your Saturday, and then as we go into your Sunday, we're going to build that chance back up to about a 40 to 50% chance. So off and on rain chances through the weekend. The heaviest rainfall will likely occur on your Friday. The wettest day will be Friday, and then we'll have off and on rain chances on Saturday and Sunday as well. So here's the bottom line. A first alert day is in effect for your Friday due to the potential of heavy rainfall and the threat of a couple of scattered strong thunderstorms across the region. We could be having some flood impacts locally here, and that could be in the form of some flash flooding, but also we'll have to watch the water as it runs off into the creeks and streams. That could lead to quick rises there, and if you live anywhere near some of those low-lying creeks and streams, you'll want to be watching that throughout the weekend. Here's your 7-day forecast, and in that 7-day forecast, you'll be able to see we're looking at this weather sticking around across the area, off and on and unsettled as we go throughout the weekend, and that trend will continue right on into next week as well. Now, as we get into your Sunday, we'll be watching for that chance of rainfall. We may get a break on Monday, and then next week is going to be, we're going to be kind of stuck in between a battle of the air masses kind of pattern, and that's where we're going to have some colder air trying to build in from the north and west. We're going to have some warmer air trying to build in from the south, and that's going to set us up for a stormy pattern. But eventually, fingers crossed, as we get towards the end of next week into the following weekend, it is looking like there are the chances that we could be seeing our first significant front moving into the area, and that can mean maybe some lows that get down into the 30s and highs not getting out of the 50s. So we're getting closer to that official fall-like weather moving in, even though we're kind of dealing with a taste of summer as we head into the beginning of next week with those highs back into the lower 80s. All right, so we're back out here at North Scott here. I got a couple students that wants to join me here, so you guys come on up here, and first off, just tell us your name and a little bit about what you guys have been talking about recently here in terms of math, and also how it relates to weather.
I'm Jenna.
Hi, Jenna.
We're learning right now we just started a unit about probability, so we're learning about sequences, and we've talked a lot about the lottery and selecting numbers within that, and like your odds of winning that, or guessing somebody's, debit card PIN number. But so yeah.
Well, I'll make sure that I'll hold on to mine on that one.
Yeah,
It's good life lessons, though.
So yeah, just stuff with probability. And yeah, we're just getting started. So it's gonna be exciting to learn more.
That is true. And, you know, I'll admit, I always feel like I'm playing the lottery when I'm trying to guess the weather. So it works out. Tell us a little about your name and just what you guys have been talking about, what you have learned really, and how math and weather and science and all this relates together.
All right, well, my name is Riley. Like Jenna said, we've been working on probability lately, and weather basically is probability. It's what is the chance of having rain this week? What is the chance that on this day we'll be having rain? What is the chance that we'll have a different weather pattern, sunny? It's basically all those chances.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, when we say the chances there, we give the probability. It factors in a lot of different things. We're talking the area that we're talking about. We're talking the amount, the widespread coverage, or if it's going to be isolated in nature. And so it means a lot for folks. But it's good. What is something that you look forward to learning in terms of how this will affect you every day?
Well, I pay close attention to the weather. I love being outside, so having this kind of skill in the background might give me the ability to maybe better understand when I can go outside and stuff like that, plan ahead with the weather and stuff like that.
Okay, perfect. Well, there you have it, folks. You can see there that math and science, weather, it all goes together, and it can help you in the long run in a lot of different ways, you know, whether it's playing the lottery or, you know, forecasting the weather and all those great things. And coming up, we'll talk with a few more students here in just a little bit, but for now, we'll toss it back to you, Marsha. But I can tell you right now, the probability of heavy rainfall as we get into your Friday, yeah, that's going to be high. We're talking an 80% chance or higher, so prepare for that now.
All right. Well, thank you, Cedric. We will check back on your special visit in a few minutes.